Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Life After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 44. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Now, y'all know we skipped right on over Bianca and Daniel. But Bianca, you have lost your damn mind. Okay, you are in the running to get on my central nervous system. Kim and Joey. So Kim's still talking about this wedding, all while she's still being married. Okay, this lady is wedding dress shopping with the cousin, okay, cousin Tatum, that couldn't help from crying seeing Joey and hearing his catcalls. Now she's sitting here watching Kim say yes to the dress. We TV, how do you do it? I just don't understand it. Like, what is happening? And Kim, why are you playing in this here store, wasting these people's time? This is crazy. Now, Tatum did apologize, and she said it was just too much. She couldn't stand to see Kim get married to Joey, and Kim apologized for putting her in that position. Kimmy, did you apologize for cheating with him as well? Okay. Now, I'm going to hold off on asking about that dirt bike because I only ask about it if I see Joey, and I ain't synced him, so I'm not going to ask about it. But I am asking you, why didn't you apologize to her for cheating with that man? Moving forward. So she starts trying on dresses. I mean, the first one was cute. It was cute. It was kind of flattering on you, Kim, but you shouldn't be saying yes to the dress in the middle of this mess. Okay, I rhyme. I do it all the time. I told y'all I want to be a rapper. I'm practicing over here. I'm over here practicing through the reviews. But no, seriously, girl, in here looking for a dress and you just all over the place. So they're talking. And as she's trying on these dresses, she starts telling her cousin, yeah, you know, I probably need to get divorced before I get married. You think? That probably would make more sense. Kim is just flying by the seat of her damn pants. She's buying a house, doing a DNA test, and she's engaged and planning a wedding all while still being married. Kim, baby, I'm going to need you to slow down. Now, I don't know where the fire is, but where is Joey going to go? He ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And if you try to get in that car and take off, take the tires off of it and take the rims with it. He's not going anywhere. You don't have to do everything in 30 days. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? You are too hard up for a man for me. Like, this is crazy. Teenie and Rob. So they're back this week. Hey, y'all. Teenie laying in bed like Sleeping Beauty in a full face of makeup. Girl, get up out that bed. Teenie, get up out that bed and quit playing with me. Your edges are laid and your face is beat. Girl, I'm not finna play with you. Anywho, Teenie pretending to be asleep. Rob is on his way to work. So he found a temporary job for the time being. And I think that's a blessing. Let me tell you something. Rob should write an ebook. Because the rest of them be acting like they can't do nothing. If Rob can be in there for 13 plus years and get out and get to working, then y'all can too. Like, it just don't make no sense to me. And I feel like he's really a hustler. So he's pre-inspecting trucks. But as I was watching, I'm just like, we got to make sure those trucks are safe. Rob, do you have any experience with this? Because like, what? Child, they're just letting anybody do it, ain't they? So he said in prison, he ended up getting his GED, which I think is great. He did not just use his time, you know, to just sit and twiddle his thumb. Well, he did use his time to sit there and watch her on that camera. But while watching her on that camera, he said he went from kindergarten all the way to the 12th grade. And I appreciate that. So while he's working, Teenie showed up with lunch. So they're sitting in the back of the truck and they're talking. And Rob told her, listen, me getting my CDL, that's going to cost around $5,000. So you're going to have to get a jizob. You're going to have to get a jizob. Okay. A jizob, a jizob, a jizob. You're going to have to get a job, girl. Now, Teenie said, oh, okay. Well, it's going to be an adjustment, but I'm definitely willing to get a job. Now, she did say that she enjoyed the break because she had not been working in over a year, but she going to do what she got to do to help support the family. He was like, okay, so how long? She said, oh, about 2 weeks. Yeah, Teenie, you're going to have to help a little bit, baby. Especially with his background. It's going to be hard for him to get a job where he's making as much as he wants to make. Now, I don't know what he was doing. I have never seen a man in prison shoot craps. I don't know if y'all in there shooting dice, playing blackjack, or roulette. I don't know what y'all were doing. But the fact that you said you made more money to sustain her while she was on the outside and you were on the inside than you are making on the outside is crazy. And I'm just still thinking, like, what exactly were you in there doing? Child, let me find out. But Tina, you should have been saving some of that money. Rob was sending money home all the time. You sitting up there buying all that Fashion Nova. You should have been saving some of that damn money. And I don't know where you gonna get a job in 2 weeks. Girl, it took me 3 years to get a job at one point in my life. 3 years. Uno, dos, tres, honey, in Spanish. 3 damn years to get a job with a degree. So, I mean, okay, girl. I had to wait tables in the meantime and in between time. So you telling me you gonna get a job in 2 weeks? Anyway, also, you should have been working anyways. I don't know why you weren't using that money as extra and not just using the money as the money to take care of you. Now you and his mama gonna be ass out. Oh, child, you need to always have your own money. Kimberly and Brittney. So they're at his mentor's house waiting to see if Brittney is going to get approved. So they've moved out of the government assisted motel, a hotel, Holiday Inn, Motel 6, honey. I don't know. They moved out of there and they're living there now. Now, the mentor, she said, I'm down for it because they always picking up a broom or a mop, cleaning this place up. Somebody need to do it. And this place is a mess. I said, child, this is a fool. So Key Rock is pulling from his savings, right? He keeps telling us, I'm pulling from my savings. I don't know how much more I can do. So they go to eat at a diner. They sit down and Brittney starts writing down the budget. These silly rabbits are paying 2 rents, one in Houston and one in Virginia. They're paying phone bills out the wazoo. They're paying $500 and $600 for nails. Brittney, if you don't get les press-ons, honey, Amazon got some press-ons that will impress you. You do not need to be paying people $500 and $600 to get your nails done. Y'all don't have it like that right now. That just does not even make any sense. And why are y'all paying rent in Houston and y'all are in Virginia? That's crazy as hell. And didn't you call the apartment lady and tell her that you're not moving there unless you're paying the rent for the mom and all of them to live there? That's crazy. And another thing, y'all need Cricket phones. Okay, for the time being, y'all need to get Cricket or Metro PCS. Metro PCS will give you 2 lines for $60. Okay, people need to know how to budget. If you ain't got it, you ain't damn got it. She tells Key Rock, okay, so what you can do is you can just go to Houston without me. So he's like, what? Nah, I ain't going to Houston without you. But what we should do is, why don't we get married? Okay, that way you can live with me legally as a family member and they have to approve it because I'm not on probation anymore. So now these two have put their heads together and they think that they're about to elope. Child a fool. Justine and Michael. So they're going in to see a lawyer in these matching puff jackets. I said, what are these puffer coats, child? They're going in to see a lawyer to discuss a will. They want to discuss custody of the children and all that jazz. Justine, don't piss me off. Stop having these kids. Stop it right now. He's talking about, well, I mean, if she don't make it, I'm just going to dedicate my life to the kids. Sure, Jan. Sure you are. So they're sitting with the lawyer. And Justine is telling the attorney, if there's no quality of life, please don't resuscitate her. Oh, Lord, I hate when Justine get to talking crazy. Justine and Michael know how to get me frowned up. Y'all owe me some money for Botox because this just don't make no damn sense. Y'all sound silly as hell. Then she tells the attorney she wants to talk about her kids from previous relationships, right? So the lawyer is telling her if she doesn't make it, then they have to have things in place for the kids that they don't have together. So the attorney is asking her, okay, so who would you want as guardian? And she said, well, I would kind of like for it to be my daughter. Now, Michael, I'm with you when you're right. Because Michael looked at Justine and he told her, that doesn't even make sense. Your daughter is a child. Well, technically she is an adult, Michael, but she hasn't lived her life yet. Justine, don't try to stunt her growth because you had kids early. And now you want her to follow down the same path as you. Allow her to forge her own path in life. She's an adult. She's living. She's having fun. She's a freshman in college. Her life has just started. She deserves a chance. Ain't nobody got time to be playing with you because you decided to have a Brady Bunch full of kids. Girl, gone. Also, Justine, she told you no already. Okay, just because you're her parent doesn't mean you get to make decisions for her in the afterlife. She said no. Like, what are you even talking about here? Why are you even saying this? You cannot force her to do what she does not want to do. And another thing, he good enough to keep having babies with, but he not good enough to leave your boys with. Girl, you should have thought about that for you was popping in for pimp. And where is that daddy? This is just a mess. A mess. Moving forward. And Michael, you always walking out of someplace talking about, I just need a minute. Your whole life is I need a minute. Sir, sit down, calm down, and talk like an adult. Talk like you got some sense. That's why she's choosing a 19-year-old, because you act like one too. Key-Rock and Brittney. So we got another one going to look at a wedding dress, child. I don't know what's going on. She's explaining to her friend why she's doing it now. And she's doing it so she can live with Key-Rock. She really doesn't want to do it, but she feels like it's going to be for the best. And plus, Key-Rock had kind of threatened not to go to Houston if she doesn't get married. Girl, that's because he's trying to lock you down. He is trying to control you so you won't find nobody else while he's in Houston. He ain't slick. Girl, you better think for yourself. That is crazy. Brittney, you should have gone to the thrift store for a wedding dress, because until you're having a real wedding, y'all don't need to be spending no money. A thrift store will do. There will be a white dress in there, probably $12.99 or less. Girl, up in this store talking about you got a $600 budget. $600? And y'all ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of? And y'all sleeping on an air mattress inside that mentor's home? Girl. In the shop, right? Her friend is telling her, she's like, yeah, I feel like you should really just tell your family. Don't leave them in the dark. She's like, no, I'm not going to tell them anything. I don't think I want to tell them until we have a big wedding, because we just promised each other we weren't going to say anything. Meanwhile, Key-Rock is in the tuck shop sneaking to tell his mama. Oh, hell no. Key-Rock is giving selfish. Okay, you want her to do as you say and not as you do. Brittney, girl, you better be careful, because all that man care about is himself. Kim and Joey. Kim is still explaining this stupidity and her still being married. Talking about, I thought we could just sign something. Girl, yes, the final divorce decree. You can sign them divorce papers after the judge signs off on it. What are you talking about? She hasn't even told Joey that she's still married. Kim, get out these people's dresses. They're for paying customers. Y'all know how you see signs that says no public restrooms for paying customers? That's what they should have told Kim. Kim, you're not trying on any dresses in here until you put down a deposit, because you like to play on this here camera. So Kim starts telling Tatum about the DNA test and how Joey is pressuring her to take the test. Ain't no way I would be listening to Kim. I know Tatum want to be on camera or whatever she got going on, but I would not be filming with Kim. She ain't finna get on my nerves. Teenie and Rob. So baby, they're at the house. They just lying around, and Rob was asking about the kids. So Teenie was like, well, they're at the park. He said, oh, they just went to the park. She said, no, that was the water park. And also, I bought a season pass. It was like $250 for the 4 of us, and we can go whenever we want to. Well, baby, what she say that for? He started saying to her, I thought we talked about anything over $1,000. We were going to discuss it. So why would you go and spend $250 on a water park? Now, this is the thing. Depending on how much the tickets are per person and how much they go, for a family of 4, that's not bad. But Teenie, you should have ran that past him. Like, you can't just be moving and shaking like you want to move and shake, knowing that the money is not flowing how the money used to flow. And you know that you ain't working. So, really and truly, your first mind was the right thought. You should have just paid for one time, and then that be it and that be all. So she's telling him, well, it's cheaper if I just go ahead and buy the pass, and we can go as much as we want to. So as they're arguing, she brings up that she's getting a job in 2 weeks. Well, then you can spend the money in 2 weeks. Once you get that check, then you can spend whatever you want to spend. But for right now, y'all got to be tight. The budget has to be tight. Okay, like a Ziploc bag. Zip it up. Zip that damn purse up. Moving forward. So now they're arguing back and forth and back about her in this 2-week time frame. She's like, well, you know what? Since you talk about me getting a job in 2 weeks, then you need to get that tattoo covered up of your ex in 2 weeks. Not a whole face tattoo. Child, these men be in love, don't they? Also, Teenie, you do need to get a job. But Rob, let me get you together right quick. Because don't come here hollering. Because when she was under constant surveillance with the damn cameras 24 hours a day, and she was keeping you company in the pen, it was all good. Now you want to huff and puff and blow her damn house down because she won't get a job ASAP. Boy, bye. Both y'all crazy if you think she going to be clocking in 2 weeks. I'm just saying. And Rob, who is that lady on that John and K+8 tattoo? Maybe I looked at that tattoo. I said, now what in the Kate Gosselin is going on? Y'all remember Kate Gosselin from that show, John and K+8? I think he used to be on TLC or it used to be on some kind, baby. I used to love John and K+8, and Kate was mean as hell. I see why John left her. She had 8 kids with John. And that face on his arm looks just like Kate Gosselin. Rob, let me find out you the reason for their divorce, and you ain't fooling me. But Teenie, over here to you, because I'm going to give it to you too. Girl, you were just saying that the tattoo was cool because you realized that he was in love before you. Now you hollering about cover it up. Girl, please, pick a lane and stay in it. You just mad about being called out for spending over budget. You need to grow up. Y'all had a deal, and you said you were going to talk to him. Anything over $100. Now he wants you to work, and you talking about, and cover up that tattoo. Teenie, one of these things is not like the other. The two don't even go together. That is crazy. They don't even correlate. So you mad at him because he wants you to help contribute to the household, and you want him to cover up that tattoo because you pissed. Girl, goodbye and good night. Justine and Michael. So he's still throwing a tantrum. He's saying he feels obligated to step up if anything should happen to Justine. I mean, it's admirable, but the way you punch that hole in the wall, that's a fool. You want to step up, but you cannot even control your emotions. You were more worried about the fact that he threw a $1,500 phone than your son bullying him. So how are you going to navigate conflict resolution, especially if you vow to be just 100% focused on the kids? Moving forward. So Justine is telling the attorney inside that her son is high functioning, but he is on the spectrum. And her daughter is the only one who's going to love her son like she does. Basically, she's in a lose-lose situation. And the attorney is trying to figure out, okay, so what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do? Child, Justine don't even know what she want to do. The attorney said what you can do is a co-guardianship. You know, he can be in control of what's going on in the house, and your daughter can have say as to what's going on with the boys. Girl, this is just selfish and crazy. Because I am sure that your daughter will want to look after her brothers. I'm sure. But you are forcing her to be responsible because of choices that you are choosing to make. Nobody told you them people told you don't get pregnant, and you did it anyway. That is crazy. Anyway, Michael comes back in, and he told her, you saying I'm a good father, but when you say stuff like this, it's like a slap in the face, and you want to just give the kids to your daughter. That's crazy. And is Key-Rock and Brittney. So Key-Rock is over there calling his mama, and the voicemail picks up. You have reached the Sprint PCS voicemail box. Baby, they are not answering. He gonna tell me, I tried. Child, you called her once. She probably at work. So call her back or send her a text and tell her you about to get hitched. Meanwhile, over there with Brittney, she's still trying on dresses, and she really wants it to be the one that she chooses when she gets married, but she wants something that costs a little bit less because they're about to elope. So the friend is trying to figure out, like, what's happening? What's really going on? Brittney is being defensive, but the friend was telling you, right, girl, y'all need to do some research because y'all always diving in head first. And then when you hit your head down at the bottom of the pool, then you're wondering why. But that's because that end was shallow. Nobody told you to jump your ass in. So therefore, and thus and such, dip your toe in first, see if the water's fine, and then jump in. It is okay to do a little research. So her friend is trying to tell her, girl, just call a parole officer just to make sure. So she calls to tell the PO about the elopement. And the PO basically told the girl, Texas is not stupid. They will think that you are trying to fraud them. So I don't think that there will be an advantage to you quickly getting married because it's going to sound an alarm. And they're going to be like, okay, all of a sudden you get married, but you weren't getting married before this. Okay. Now I'm glad somebody got some sense because Key-Rock and Brittney ain't got none. They ain't got the sense God gave a goose. And the both of them putting their heads together still ain't equal in one brain. I don't know what they gonna do, but all I can say is, Brittney, everybody is trying to warn you and you're not taking heed to it. So you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. And that was the end of the episode. Y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I skipped right on over Bianca and Daniel. Oh, but I will say this. Louis, why did you have that damn ring in there with them dentures? Now, I'm not talking about you and Melissa, because Melissa worked my central nervous system. But, sir, why is that ring in there with them teeths? Yes, I said teeths. Sir, get it together and or leave it alone. Y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Meet me here again next week. Share it in your Facebook groups. Share it with your friends. Share it. Comment down below and I will comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.